Welcome to Wacky Attractions in Wisconsin, Part 1. So here is one called the Fonz. Yeah, why is it in Wisconsin? Why not make one off of a TV show? Next up, the Bobblehead Museum. Now this does actually cost about $5 to get in. Why not? As you get in, you're instantly welcomed by many bobbleheads. So what are we gonna find out today? Let's go explore a few bobbleheads, like the Golden Girls, which happens to be one of my favorite TV shows. Oh, there's Chucky. Don't get freaked out now. He's just a bobblehead. Now, if you're here, did you ever find Waldo? Unfortunately, I did not. But I also wasn't looking that hard. Quite a few bobbleheads. Didn't realize they actually made so many. And a lot of these were donated, lent out. But hey, it's kind of weird seeing all these sports figures, TV shows, singers, and whoever else they thought of on the bobblehead. Oh, didn't know Wisconsin had a large soup can. Another weird attraction. Onto Momo Rosa. A very large stroll and another weird attraction. Now welcome to the James Tellon Sculpture Garden. Yeah, it's kind of strange. But hey, let's go take a look around. And a nice house right in the middle of a sculpture garden. Tells you what each part of it is. So far, some weird sculptures and a very quiet area, which often enough you'll be by yourself. So you want some peace and quiet and walk around and looking at some weird sculptures. A lovely wishing well. Looks like maybe dog, donkey. Some animals on a rock. Now if you can take a guess at what any of these are, please do. Let me know. That was just pretty close to the end of the trail. There's one more towards the end here, which is more hiking past further than this point. But this is the last one of this lovely trail. Looks like some type of pastor pope type of sculpture. And definitely more trails further back. Off to a very large cow. Yeah, we're in Wisconsin. Not abnormal, but true. But this pink cow is definitely a weird attraction. It's a pink elephant with a sunglasses. Weird attraction. Who knew Wisconsin had a mustard museum? Free to get in, free to check out the mustard museum. You can also try different flavors of different types of mustard. You can also buy some weird tasting mustard. But first, let's go check out the actual museum. But now, once you start strolling, you will see different mustard types from different countries around the world and even different states. Who knew there are so many different types of mustard? Even in the state of Wisconsin, as you just see. Kind of weird. Yeah, you can even watch a video about mustard. Who knew that there's this many mustards? That would require a museum in the state of Wisconsin. Now, definitely interesting, well, artifacts and things. Definitely a lot of history here. You can even browse different clips, information, even different advertisements they might have used throughout the years. Even comic strips. Gotta love comic strips. Now, if the Mustard Museum wasn't weird enough, how about the Museum of Root Beer? Yes, it does cost a little bit of a fee to get in. Nonetheless, definitely kind of interesting to see so many bottles of root beer. Now you can learn the ingredients. Comic strips, if you feel like reading all that. But it definitely brings up some childhood memories of root beer. But who doesn't like a root beer sundae? Or even a root beer float, for nonetheless. You can even watch a video about root beer. But talking about root beer kind of makes me kind of want to taste test different types of root beer. So many different cans of root beer. Didn't realize that they made that much root beer until you saw them all together. Kind of interesting to stop in at least once to check out all this other artifacts and some lovely history. Never knew there's this many types of cans with root beer or geared towards root beer. Kind of interesting to see in one place. once you're done with the tour, you can taste test some root beers at the end if you're interested, or you can take some home with you, or just buy some root beer at your local grocery store. Now, off to see the Muskie out in Hayward. You can pay to get in if you want to. Didn't feel like going in, but you can. I think it's about like $9.50, something like that. If you're interested in going to see the Muskie in Hayward. Otherwise, you can just take a glance outside like I did. But unfortunately, we did not go up to the mouth of it, but that's okay. Wasn't that quite interested, but hey, there's the big Muskie in Hayward. Another weird wacky attraction in Wisconsin, but hey. And don't forget about that loon.